Hey guys, it's Prachi and it's a Saturday, so today is going to be another Smile with Prachi video. But in today's video I won't be reading out any letters. If you might have noticed initially when I started doing Smile with Prachi, I was doing these kind of videos, where I just sit down and talk about things in general, because I get like so many letters, and sometimes I just sit down and I wonder to myself, like, what is it exactly that's causing all these problems? I want to get to the root of the problems and help more people out there. So while I love reading letters, I absolutely love reading those letters. Sometimes I just feel that it's better to just sit down and talk about a general issue. And yes, as always, you guys are like free to give your feedbacks and share your tidbits about these things. And like if you all just contribute our little tidbits, me, you, and everybody else, we could just be building such a powerful community, helping so many people out there. So today's topic that I wanted to pick up was depression. This is the reason why I picked up depression was because depression is such a common thing, and it is said that almost every human being in their lifetime, they go through depression at least once. So it's such a common thing, and yet people don't know about it, people don't know how to deal with it, people don't talk about it. And one of the most common factors in most of these letters that I see is that when these writers, they write to me, most of the times writers already know the answers to their problems. That is so amazing. They actually already know the answers to their problems, but they're just feeling so depressed that they can't see it. So I don't know, I just want to pick up this topic called depression and talk a little bit about it. So first I want to talk about what exactly is depression. Now I'm not going to define depression in a textbook way, because while that makes sense, I understand that that is not what we require on a day-to-day basis. What I want you to do is that if you're wondering about your feelings and about your moods, just sit down with yourself right now, like pause this video right now, and just ask yourself, like, how are you actually feeling inside right now at this moment? How do you feel? Do you feel sad? Do you feel angry? Do you feel anxious? Do you feel jealous? Do you feel guilty? There's so many emotions you can actually feel at one point. So I want you to pause this video when I say start and just sit down with yourself and think about what exactly are you feeling at this moment. Okay, so start. Okay, so there's a good chance that you're feeling at least a combination of 2 or 3 of these feelings, okay? Now, I don't think I need to go out there and define the negative and the positive feelings. Now, everybody goes through highs and lows, and everybody has these kind of feelings every once in a while. But when you are feeling these feelings on a more regular basis, on a day-to-day basis, if that is a feeling that you wake up with every morning and you go off to sleep every night with these feelings, that could mean that you are either depressed right now, or you are just like going there. That's okay, that's okay, because this is something that needs to be dealt with. One of the biggest problems that I see with depression is that people tend to feel so guilty. They just tend to feel so guilty, and they feel so ashamed of feeling depressed. It's almost like there's a stigma attached to it or something of that sort. There's nothing of that sort, guys. It's just that your mind is extremely complicated. We human beings are blessed or not blessed, God knows, with one of the most complicated minds ever. And with evolution and things like that, our minds are just getting more and more complicated. So obviously sometimes things are going to get a little bit messed up. If a mess up can happen in your legs, or in your hand, or if you're going to, if it's okay for you to have a bad skin day or a bad hair day, it's okay to have a bad head day also, when you're just feeling sad. So the first thing that I want to say is that if you feel like, if you're feeling down, if you're feeling low, it's extremely important to go out there and talk to people. Now, one of the things that happens during depression is that people don't want to talk to other people because of the feelings of guilt or shame, whatever associated with it. Sometimes they just don't feel like they have the energy to talk about it, but it's so important to talk. I know a lot of you will be like, Prachi, sometimes people don't have friends to talk to, and unfortunately that is so true. We do live in a very lonely world, and there's so many people, so many people who just come and say, Prachi, you know what, all I need is that one friend. And it just makes me wonder, that there's so many people who are looking for the just one friend. Why are they not getting together and finding each other? Why is that not happening? Probably because they have really busy schedules, but the greater chances that they're just feeling really depressed, you know. So if you don't have anybody to talk to right now today, it's okay to go and see a therapist. Okay, it really is okay, and I'll tell you why it's okay and why you should not be afraid of seeing a therapist. I'm studying psychology, and I meet people all the time who are just afraid to talk about these things, and very soon when they start opening up with me, and they are like, they just realize that, okay, you know what, I'm just like them. I have my ups and I have my downs, and I just deal with it. So I'm just sitting over there to talk to them about their problems, their ups and their downs. It's as simple as that. Previously people used to have these spiritual healers and things like that. We still have those, and sometimes they can be very helpful, but the most scientific version of that is a therapist. That's how you have to look at it. Okay, so just go out there and find help. Another thing that I feel that happens during depression, and that is like very very common, is that your sleep patterns get like all disorganized. It has been seen that if people are depressed, they either sleep more or they sleep less. Either ways, it's not good for you. So another thing that you need to do if you're feeling depressed is to make sure that you get a target of 7 to 8 hours of sleep every day, not more, not less. Because even when you sleep too much, it kind of ends up making you feel all like jarred and just irritated and more annoyed. So you don't want to do that. Okay, apart from sleep, another very simple basic that you need to take care of is your eating habits. Another very 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 common cause of depression is the lack of vitamin B12. Okay, sometimes even vitamin D, but I'm studying in the sunlight, so I guess I don't need to worry about that. Vitamin D, vitamin B12 deficiency is so common, especially among vegetarians. So it's very important to get yourself tested and see if you have a little bit of deficiency in your blood. Like just a little bit of deficiency in your blood that could be causing so much havoc in your life. It's really not worth it. Now, while these are some very common and very basic things, eating, sleeping and talking to friends, there are some other things also that you can do. So if you're feeling depressed, if you're feeling like things are going wrong for you, it's very nice to go out there and get yourself involved in something. If you want, you can pick up something that could be a hobby class. If you have always enjoyed painting and have wondered about that, you can go out there, you can take up painting. If you don't want to take up a hobby class or something, you can join an NGO, or just get yourself a pet and take care of the pet, or go to an old age home, get associated with that. Very recently I joined Art of Living classes, and I love them so much. So if you're feeling depressed, if you're feeling sad, you can totally join the Art of Living classes. Apart from the fact that they teach you amazing meditation over there, at Art of Living, you also end up making so many new friends, and the whole environment is so lovely and so positive. They keep calling me, Prachi, we have this event coming up or that event coming up. Unfortunately, I've been so busy, I've not been able to get involved much. But what I'm trying to get at is that it gets you so involved in so many social activities and so many fun things that it just makes your life a lot better. Another thing that I've noticed with people who have depression is that they tend to have very negative thoughts. Okay, and when they try to get out of these negative thoughts, somebody else is always there to tell them, no, this is not done, like go back to being negative. So what I'm trying to say is that it's very very important to surround yourself with positive people. How do I define positive? Now, first of all, to be very honest, I honestly don't think positivity is a vibe that needs to be even described, because we humans just have a way of knowing. You see somebody who has a happy charming face, who's full of warmth and is ready to love everybody out there. Those are the people that you just know they're positive. And then there are people who are negative, they're tight-lipped, they are scary, you just know that they can snap any moment. Those are some negative people. So you just know that this is a positive person to be with, or this is a lively person to be with. People with good sense of humor, people with a nice take on life, people with a jump in their steps, spring in the steps, all kinds of things. So it's good to surround yourself with these kind of people, because when you're like down and sad, all you need to do is make a phone call to them and be like, what, I'm bored, and they'll just light up your day. It's so convenient. So another great thing to do if you're feeling depressed is that you can join a support group. There's so many support groups these days. Sometimes you can even find them online. But having said that, be very careful if you're going to go online. Make sure that you associate yourself with people only after taking some time to trust them. But a depression forum, or these self-help groups, or these groups of people who are just feeling depressed at the moment, who just want to share something, get together and they talk to each other. One of the best things I've seen in these cases is that, when you're talking about your problems and somebody else is talking about their problems, not only are you helping each other heal, but sometimes, you'll be like, what, I'm so worthless, I'm so worthless, I'm so worthless. And then you see somebody right next to you saying the same thing, I'm so worthless, I'm so worthless. And you'll be like, there's nothing worthless about that person. Why doesn't he or she see that they're not worthless? And that, indirectly will help you see that you're also making the same mistake. And it's such a great way of just realizing, that how easy life can be when you see somebody else messing up the same things like you are. Also, it makes you feel that you're not alone. So I think these depression self-help groups can be extremely beneficial for those people who are going through something bad. And apart from that, I think it's just important to maintain a healthy lifestyle and just, like, I'm not going to get preachy or anything over here, okay? But smoking, drinking, drugs, guys, like, seriously try to avoid them, okay? I know they are recreational and people won't try them out once in a while, but it's always better to have a more healthy take on life, just a lot better. So just, whatever works for you. Also, I think sometimes it really helps, especially if your depression is related to a breakup or some kind of a rejection. I think it really helps to go for a bit of a makeover. That really helps to get over depression, and just to make yourself like feel more worthy, like, get a new wardrobe, or if not an entirely new wardrobe, just a couple of new things, and get a new hairstyle and a new look, and you just start feeling more excited about things. And most importantly, you need to go out there and meet new people, okay? Apart from the people that you already know, go out there and meet some new people. It's always fun to go like see new people out there and learn from their experiences and just have like light conversations, because it happens that when you've known somebody for too long, you have this level of comfort which is amazing and it's full of warmth, it's lovely. But when you go out there and meet somebody new, the conversations are very light, they are very easy, and it's just like a new way of discovering some new side of yourself. So I think that really works extremely well. Now, apart from these things, I've also seen that when people are depressed, they tend to write diary, and that really helps in getting things off their heads for at least a little while. Sometimes when you're trying really hard to forget something, and that's causing you depression, what you can do is you can just write that thing down, which is like bothering you. Keep it around for a couple of days, and then when you're feeling okay with it, just take that piece of paper, and tear it up and just throw it away. It's just throw it away with the wind and just allow yourself to feel like, what, I'm free. You may need to do that for a few times, but I've seen that it works really well, almost like magic. It just makes you feel like, okay, I'm wishing my troubles away. So I think that's another thing that you can absolutely do. The most important thing and the bottom line of all of these things is to believe that you can control your thoughts, because believe me, guys, you actually can control your thoughts. It's not difficult at all. And since we're at it, guys, just one last thing that I want to mention, that if you're feeling extremely depressed, okay, and if you have thought of committing suicide or hurting yourself, it's really important to seek professional help immediately, okay? Do not take this lightly, because these are thoughts coming in your brain, and they are kind of like warning signals telling you that you need to take action, okay? It's okay to take care of yourself. It's important to take care of yourself, okay? There's absolutely no harm in going out there and telling somebody, who's a professional especially, that, what, doctor, something is wrong with me, I need to get it out of my system, can you help me? And the doctor will just guide you through. They'll just ask you a set of questions, they'll let you explore yourself, and a good therapist will help you control your thoughts or manage your thoughts in a right way. So it just works really well, because we live in such a lot of pressure these days. Our lives are so difficult these days. It's okay to seek help, guys. Like, seriously, it's okay to seek help, okay? So yeah, that was all that I wanted to share in today's video. I hope this video helps somebody out there who is actually feeling depressed right now. And if you have any friend who's actually going through something really bad, share this video with them, okay? Because if it reaches out to somebody who might be in need of some kind of a talk like this, that would be so wonderful, right? We'll actually help somebody get happier today. So yeah, that's all I want to share in today's video, guys. If you have any comments, if you have any ideas of your own to share on how one can handle their depression further, or if you have experienced depression in your life, and if you have some takes on how you have handled things, please share them in the comment section below. I would absolutely love to learn from you guys. It'd be so amazing. And that's it. Don't forget to hit like to this video and subscribe to my channel, and also don't forget to check out my previous Smile with Prachi videos, because if you haven't seen them, you're missing out on something really important, guys. Okay, you can also follow me on my social media to stay updated, and just to get in touch if you want. I've shared all my social media links in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching. This is me, Prachi, signing off now. Bye bye.